Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the Cognate. This is the Remarkable Muslims podcast with me, your host Sheikh Zakir Hussain. My guest today is Ahmed Idrisi from Mumbai, who is a software engineer and a business mind by profession. And he's also the founder of Association of Muslim Professionals. AMP is an organization of volunteer Muslim professionals from across India who are working towards the socio-economic empowerment and development of the Muslim community. So Ahmed Bhai, please welcome to the Remarkable Muslims podcast. How are you doing?
Thank you. Jazakallah. All well, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Ahmed Bhai, in the past few years that I've been observing AMP and its activities, I've seen AMP organizing job fairs, skill training programs, conducting career guidance seminars, and a lot of other activities. But beyond this, what is AMP's larger vision for the Muslim community, and how do you think the community can be empowered economically as well as socially, which is what AMP is doing? But if you could just tell us about what your vision is for the community.
So, thank you, Zakir Bhai, for calling me for this interview. Alhamdulillah.
Indeed.
So basically, the focus of AMP is on educational empowerment of Muslims, economic empowerment of Muslims, and socio-cultural empowerment of Muslims. So these are the written objectives, and we have, since last 13 years, Alhamdulillah, we have been very, very focused and consistent on doing activities related with either educational development of Muslims or economic development of Muslims. This in itself is a big achievement when some organization, a very young organization, very new organization of young Muslims, they keep such kind of focus, alhamdulillah. So we strongly believe that it is only the empowerment in the field of education and employment or economic empowerment can only lead to the solution to all the problems of Muslim community in India.
Okay. So you mentioned that how long have you been working on AMP? When was this started, and how did it all begin? If you could tell us about that.
So it was around it was end of 2007 when we started on the social media website Orkut. We started inviting people who were very active on those days, the young Muslim professionals who wanted to do something. We invited them. We did our first meeting in Bombay somewhere around April 2008, mashallah. And since then we have started, alhamdulillah. And today, if you see that we have several thousand volunteers spread across India. We have officially more than 130 chapters across India. Apart from India, we have our presence in 20 different countries, very strong presence in GCC countries. And then we have officially registered, alhamdulillah, in UK, Australia, and USA, alhamdulillah. So this is how we are progressing, mashallah. And this is not only about the reach which we talk about. The kind of projects and the initiatives which we have taken in last 13 years have benefited immensely to thousands and thousands of students of the community, mashallah. So this is how this journey of last 13 years, it has been very eventful, very challenging, very cheerful, mashallah. And we believe that this initiative will go till Qayamat, inshallah.
Inshallah. Before we proceed, Ahmed Bhai, let's talk a little about yourself. I mean, you introduce yourself as a software engineer as well as a businessman. Tell us, how did you start AMP, and what was the exact reason why you started, and what were you doing before you started AMP?
Alhamdulillah, I have been involved in these kind of activities of helping out people since my childhood. When I was in school, I used to take tuitions of my own classmates, alhamdulillah. So this somewhere relates with your upbringing and the thought process which Allah puts you in your mind. So I have been inclined towards these things from very early ages, mashallah. After completing my graduation, after my engineering basically in computers, in somewhere around 2002, I started my job as a lecturer in Sabu Siddiq Engineering College, which is one of the finest college in Bombay, alhamdulillah. So I taught there for around 2.5 years. Then I joined a multinational company. Then from there, I had something in mind that we should bring together the educated youth of the Muslim community and do something for the entire Muslim community at national level, mashallah. So we floated this idea of AMP, and alhamdulillah, people started joining it. People started connecting with this idea, alhamdulillah, and today you can see the results, mashallah.
Yes. So you started this as an online community. That's exactly how it started. And how did it grow beyond the online space? Because a lot of people start groups on online, but even after 10 years, 15 years, it just remains a group. It doesn't materialize into anything.
Exactly. So we were very committed. Being having only the online presence was never an idea which we had. Our focus was to do something. So we were very focused towards the solution, towards the activity. Today also AMP is very, we don't talk much. We don't give philosophical lectures or the write-ups. We believe in the solutions. Whatever good we can do, we should do that. We should immediately start. So when we started that online community, we had in our mind that we should meet weekly. So within 3 months, we met in Bombay. Within 1 year, we met in Pune and Bangalore. And with the technology helped us a lot. It gave us the platform through which we can reach across India. अगर ये 50 साल पहले की बात होती तो शायद इतने क्विकली रीच आउट करना शायद मुमकिन ना होता हम लोगों को. But because of this social media platforms, we got attention of the educated Muslims from across India, alhamdulillah. And simultaneously, we started our activities at different places, mashallah, for other community events and programs, mashallah. So there was this thought somewhere back of the mind that we should do something for the community and for the entire society. That led in doing advanced things like every now and then, alhamdulillah. So at the time, somewhere around 2006 and 7, if you think that there was such a committee report which was released by Government of India, which somehow brought in notice that what is the exact socio-economic condition Muslim community is in India. So that was the talk of the town at that time, and that led me to think that we should have certain platform wherein the most educated and talented members of the community should come together and do something for the society. Like we have, alhamdulillah, so many national organizations of Muslims in India. All of them are doing wonderful jobs, mashallah. But either they are religious organization or they are some ideological organization. So there was no open platform for educated Muslim youth, especially to do something. So our idea was to bring these professionals. I believe that they are the most talented lot of the community. So we thought that they should come on a single platform and they should do something for the in the field of education and employment. Alhamdulillah, this led on to floating this idea on social media. And started getting the people with this idea, alhamdulillah. You will be surprised to know that when we floated this organization, each and every member of the organization was new to me. Like, except one of my friend who is my like college friend, he was there with me, and except him, everyone is new to the organization and everyone has come through either social media or by word of mouth, mashallah. So this was the one single idea which I floated, and then people started joining in, alhamdulillah. And then you can see the result today, mashallah.
Absolutely. And when you did your first meeting beyond Orkut or social network, what were the initial...
I couldn't hear this question. Can you repeat, please?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was asking, when you started off as a social networking, as a community on social network, what were the initial days like? What were the activities that AMP started taking in, and how did you develop to become a pan-India organization from there?
So basically, Zakir bhai, we started with simple awareness drives, book donation drives, guidance camps, mashallah. We started going to schools to conduct different lectures. We started doing career guidance seminar and festivals in Bombay. So these were some initial activities of AMP. And thanks to, again, the social media, that our idea, which was like very small when we started, got an attraction from all across India. So simultaneously, when we started in Bombay, we also started getting people from Bangalore, from Pune. These were few initial cities, mashallah. So these people also started joining, and then we started connecting with them. We started visiting those places, mashallah. Or slowly, then people from all across India have started joining, mashallah. So now we have almost all big cities of India is covered. Now, not only the bigger metro cities and the big cities, we are now present in the district places, mashallah. Our focus is to move to all the districts of India, to smaller cities and the kasbas, which we call. We have plans to reach at these places as well, alhamdulillah. So basically, this is how we started, mashallah.
Okay. So what when you start a chapter in a particular city or in a particular town, what are the requirements for, I mean, is there any particular requirements or any kind of criteria that you have to start a chapter in that?
In fact, no requirement, Zakir bhai.
Okay.
In fact, no requirement. We have kept AMP out of bureaucracy. You can say that. We don't have any bureaucratic setup for the organization. While doing the project, we are very process oriented, very systematic. But if somebody wants to join the organization, he can directly come and join and start working. So we have kept it so simple, mashallah. You can be volunteer one day, you can be leader of the organization within next 1 to 2 months itself. After looking at your activities, your zeal, your spirit, we are very open to taking in new people, mashallah. So there is no hard and fast rule, no such criteria based on that. Basically, we decided we make our projects such that wherein even a single person can do something in a given locality or in a city. For example, we encourage our members to go to schools. So if I have a single person in some district, he can start connecting with single school in that district. So that is sufficient. We don't overburden the members. We ask them to go to those schools and colleges. So this was I'm talking about the earlier stage of the organization. Today we have so many different projects. Like for example, mentorship is there. So you can join as a mentor in the organization and you can start mentoring 4, 5, 10 people. So we don't need a big group to do something. We are not event oriented. We are not program focused. We are focused only on the projects and the activities, mashallah. So in which having a big team ultimately benefits a lot. There are so many other projects which require teams. Like for example, if you have to organize a job fair, so you need a big team. But that can be a later stage. To start something, we don't have any burden or any condition to start something. We believe that whatever good we want to do, it should be started today itself. We should not wait for some good time to come and then we will start. I always encourage people, start immediately, start today, start now with whatever you can do, alhamdulillah.
Let's talk about these job fairs. I mean, apart from job fairs that you've been conducting across the country, these job fairs, are these only for a Muslim community or other communities are also welcoming these fairs? How does these work?
A big no to this. Basically, all our projects are open for everyone, all communities, all castes, all region, anyone. Like it is open for everyone, alhamdulillah. And you will be surprised to know that a significant ratio of non-Muslim attend all these events, whether it is our webinars, employment assistance programs, guidance camp, or anything. So a good number of non-Muslim attend these programs, mashallah. Even not only as a participant, we have got some wonderful partners who are not from the Muslim community. We have done these kind of job fairs with state governments, with local municipal corporations, with non-Muslim organizations, with temples, with churches, mashallah. So this is what AMP is doing. AMP is not only changing the lives of the people, but AMP is bridging the gap between different communities and groups, alhamdulillah. So talking about this employment job fair which you have spoken about. So basically, providing employment assistance has become the basic identity of the AMP organization as an organization, mashallah. So when we started, even in early times, we were very committed to helping each other with jobs. Like everybody was corporate professionals working in some company, so everybody was exposed to the job opportunities. So we started helping individually to the people, alhamdulillah. Then we started making a systematic project onto that. Then we somewhere around 2012 we organized first job fair in Bombay, mashallah. So in that job fair, we invited 10 companies. 8 of them came to that job fair. It was attended by 5,000 plus students, mashallah. So we thought that this is the most important thing which any organization should do. And there is one more point, that within Muslim community, even today you won't find many organizations working on jobs, employment, or economic development. There are a good number of organizations who are working on education, on healthcare, on socio-political issues. But to work on economic issues, there are no big group or no worth mentioning group available in India. So at that time when we started that was the reason we thought that we should at least do something. We are of that kind, like our members are from corporate background, industry experts, so they can be very useful in doing all these activities. So
Right.
after 2012, now if we organize a job fair, we invite more than 100 corporate in any city of India, mashallah. We can
Okay.
get that. So this is what the credibility AMP has achieved in last 7 to 8 years, mashallah. And all these corporates are not from Muslim community, mashallah.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
always repeat from job fair to job fair, from
Correct.
city to city. That means that they have got some wonderful results from the organization like AMP, alhamdulillah. So in
Correct.
any city, if you would like to invite 2,000, 3,000 students for a job fair, 100 corporates for a job fair, so we can easily do that. Till now, we have done more than 45 job fairs, like on-ground job fair. Last year, because of pandemic, we started with online job fairs. We did 3 to 4 different online job fairs. Next week, we are doing job fairs with West Bengal government. Alhamdulillah, in Kolkata, mashallah, it will be hugely attended by people. So
Yeah.
this is how we operate, mashallah. Not only these job fairs, we organize the smaller job fairs, which we call as job drives. So we have
Okay.
done more than 250 such job drives in different cities. Especially we focus on smaller cities and smaller locations for these kind of programs. And we invite one company, two company, which have say vacancies of 30, 40 or 50 vacancies. And we invite specific set of people to help them in those areas. With these initiatives, we have, alhamdulillah, placed more than 25,000 students in last 7 to 8 years, alhamdulillah.
Okay.
Not only this, then we also do employability training program for the final year students to
Okay.
make them job ready. Basically, they have all the talent, academic records, but they lack soft skills. So our focus, we have a good number of trainers with us. We have a good coordination team. So we do these kind of employability training programs for these final year students, alhamdulillah. We also started with a skill training program, providing free job oriented training program. So we don't do any kind of training on our own, but we tie up with the corporates, basically who give free job oriented training courses. Like you can see ICICI hai, Tata hai, then you have Mahindras, you have so many things, Whirlpool. Alhamdulillah, we have got good connections with them, not only with these people, but also with the training programs which are associated with Skill India mission of Government of India. So we tie up with them, we mobilize students for these courses, and we have already helped several thousand students with these kind of programs, mashallah. This year, 2021, if you will ask me, so we have our plans to at least place 10,000 students, at least give employability training program, employability skills to 10,000 students from across India, mashallah, and then to give skill training, free job oriented training to 10,000 youth, inshallah, who are little less educated. So basically, we have got a huge network now, alhamdulillah. So lots of senior colleges are connected with us. We are connecting more colleges with us, and now we are organizing very specific program for their own students, their own final year students, alhamdulillah. So there are so many other things as well. Recently, we have also launched a job portal called as empowerjobs.com, which is AMPOWERjobs.com, and we have already got more than 50,000 students registered on that. More than 100 corporates are registered. Several thousand vacancies are still available on that website. Any one of you or the audience which will see this interview can go on that portal and register themselves and find out different vacancies across India, inshallah. So there are so many other things as well which we are doing under this banner, and alhamdulillah, we are quite hopeful that we have made this as our priority agenda. We have already set the trend within the community, and we will help all other organizations as well to do activities in the field of employment and the economic development.
Okay. So one of the things that I found on your website, and I think this was announced a couple of months ago, was something called indiazakat.com. So could you talk a little about, how you are utilizing zakat, since, a large part of the community gives money in donation in terms of zakat during the month of Ramadan. So how is AIM utilizing this? And talk a little about indiazakat.com as well. Is this a crowdfunding platform, or how does this work?
Yeah. It's a crowdfunding website, Zakir bhai. So basically, again, I will go back to say, for example, around 6 years, 7 years back, when we started with the project of AMP Zakat Fund. So first year when we started, we had a very small collection of rupees 2 lakhs. We decided that we will spend this money in two areas, which is scholarship for higher education and financial support to start a small business, a self-employment assistance program, basically. So we helped 10 students with higher scholarship, 10 people with the self-employment support, mashallah. Last year, this amount was somewhere close to 1 crore rupees, mashallah. So with this initiative, we have already helped more than 2,500 people under 3 categories: higher education scholarship, orphans basic education program, and the self-employment government support, mashallah. So our basic idea was, our theme line for the Zakat Fund was to make Zakat taker of today into Zakat giver of tomorrow. Our focus is to do a strategic investment within the benefit, like for beneficiaries. We don't believe in using this money into pieces or in for fulfilling only the temporary needs, but our focus is to change the lives. And alhamdulillah, we have got good result into that. We had a long dream of having a crowdfunding website for zakat, collecting zakat and distributing it to the beneficiaries, basically for connecting beneficiaries and the donors, or the takers, seekers and the givers together on a single platform. So just before the Ramzan, like on the Chandra of the Ramzan this year, last Ramzan, we launched this platform, mashallah. It is completely voluntary initiative. There are around 30 to 40 different people who are working on like in background of this entire initiative. Some people are working on technology, some people on operations, some people on social media promotion, content writing, production, and there are so many things, mashallah. So one of our member developed this entire platform for us, mashallah. And alhamdulillah, you can see that today we have around 8 months passed since Ramzan, and we have collected more than 1.7 crore rupees on this platform, mashallah, without spending any single money from our own pocket, mashallah. So this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning, inshallah. This initiative will go a long way. I can see that that day coming when each and every Muslim, educated Muslim or affluent Muslim, will be connected with this platform, and we will solve the issues of so many people, thousands and thousands of people with this platform, inshallah. We'll change their lives. Basically, the idea of India Zakat is also on the like bringing change in the lives, making them self-reliant. So this is what the theme is. Lately, we have started giving more focus on the causes related with the higher education. If you go onto the platform, you'll see that there are so many people there are so many students from IIT who have where we have funded them, from National Law University, students doing MBBS, students doing law, engineering, architects. So different kind of students are there. We are helping them out, mashallah. For there are causes related with healthcare and livelihood as well. But our focus is again on higher education, and alhamdulillah, we are getting wonderful results with your platform, with this this interview. Whoever is going to listen to this, I will appeal all of them to come forward, go and check the platform. That is completely free of cost. We don't take any money. We don't take any commission. This is the first crowdfunding platform which runs without any kind of commission or the charges, which has forced other crowdfunding platforms to start doing this kind of free activities. I think it is difficult, but we are committed, inshallah. Whatever money, whatever the expenses are there, we will manage it, inshallah.
The thing with other crowdfunding platform, again, I mean, it's a commercial venture. Although it's it's a social enterprise, but at the same time they have a commercial.
And they're right in doing that.
Exactly. I mean, so that's one thing. Ahmed bhai, one of the things that usually people have criticized NGOs for, I'm sure I'm not sure how you have answered this, is that the money that's been raised is, how do you account for this money? I mean, do you put this up on your website? How do you make sure that the zakat that people are giving is going for the right cause? How what's the accountability process in AMP?
Yeah,
and also
transparency.
That's good. I'm sorry to cut you off. And also the other thing is, since do you work full time at AMP, and how does the costing of all your employees work? If you could shed some light on that as well.
So, two different questions. Dono ke answer will be little lengthy. So, basically, transparency is the most important thing in any organization. We should try our best to be 100% transparent with our donors, and not only with donors, but with everyone. Like we should be public with that, alhamdulillah. First of all, AMP doesn't tell any single person to give any cash donation. We don't take any cash donation. We always appeal people to donate in our accounts, whether it is administrative account, whether it is Zakat Fund account, whether it is something else, even on the India Zakat platform, everything is online. So when things are like digital, when it is online, almost all the problems get solved. Like you have all the records available, and you cannot do anything. So that is one. We do internal audits. We do external financial audits. We are legally compliant with the income tax, legally compliant with the charity commission. We take 200% care. If any other organization, if they take 10 steps to manage all these things, we take 20 steps to manage all these things, alhamdulillah. Every single penny is recorded. This is how we do this, and all these information is regularly shared with all our members and associates. Even on social media we share this. We upload all these documents on our website. Anyone can come and see these documents anytime, alhamdulillah.
Correct.
Not only this, whenever we generate, like for example during Ramzan, when we collect zakat, so every single day we release updates within all our members, and these members are more than 10,000 in numbers who are connected with our different chapters. So we daily release that update. In the month of January, we raise fund every year. In the month of January, we raise funds for the administrative expenses of the organization, which is around somewhere, which is the estimated budget of this year is around 1 crore rupees. I'm talking about 2021. So we are raising that money right now, and we ask people to donate minimum rupees 2,000 to AMP account. And again, that is all. We only talk about online transfer. So we never talk about cash transfer or the cash deposits, alhamdulillah. So this is how we manage the organization. To manage this organization, right now we have around 14 employees for different projects. Apart from the volunteers which we have, these staff members basically manage these projects and coordinates among all the chapters, the leaders and the members of the organization across India. For 2021, we are planning to hire another 8 new employees for new projects, like for the India Mentors, the India Zakat, for the Empower Jobs, employment initiatives. So we have huge requirement. We believe that this is the back of every organization within Muslim community should have a systematic plan, a very very tangible goals and very impactful projects, and people to manage these projects, so that we can really bring some difference in the lives of the community, inshallah. So this is how we do that. If you talk about me or about the AMP members or the central committee or our leadership teams across India, so they all are full-time they all are volunteers. No one takes any single penny from the organization. In fact, all of us donate to these causes every time. Apart from these annual donation or the occasional donations, every single activity which we conduct, whatever money is spent, that we spend from our own pockets. Not only here in Bombay, but even in a remotest area, if we have a chapter, the members over there also spends their own money, mashallah. So this is completely a service-oriented organization. Everybody is into the mode of giving, either money or time or talent. So with this objective, people join AMP, alhamdulillah.
But the people who work for you, they do get a salary, right? I mean, the staff.
Yeah, the staff members and the complete office. We run our head office from Bombay, and apart from Bombay, we have few employees in other cities as well. And in future, we will increase that. So they all are paid, and in fact, we would like to increase that.
Okay. And how do you pay yourself? I mean, apart from AMP, I mean, do you do anything else?
I have my own. I have my own small business, alhamdulillah. Okay. So there is a hadith. आज ही मैं पढ़ रहा था. There is a hadith by Prophet Muhammad sallam that कि अगर आप अपने भाई की किसी को मदद करने की कोशिश करें या उसकी किसी परेशानी को दूर करने की कोशिश करें, तो अल्लाह आपकी परेशानी दूर करता है और आपकी मदद करता है. So I have lived to this hadith every day, alhamdulillah. मतलब मैं उसको फील करता हूँ हर वक्त कि अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अल्लाह किस तरह से जो है हमारे पर्सनल कामों को अल्लाह वक्त जो है ना आसान बनाता है. एंड आई फील दैट ये सिर्फ जो है ना AMP का जो हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं सिर्फ उस वजह से मुमकिन होता है. सो आई गिव माई मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम टू AMP, बट जो भी थोड़ा मोड़ा वक्त में अपने कारोबार में या अपने जरिए माश के लिए जो वक्त निकाल पाता हूँ, उससे आई हैंडल माई ओन बिजनेस, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह.
Okay. One of the, if we see not just in India, not just within the Muslim community, but across the world as well, there are thousands and lakhs of NGOs which have been working, but still poverty still remains, unemployment still remains, illiteracy still remains. What do you think is one of the reason behind this? Despite so many NGOs working, despite the government working, despite individuals donating money to these NGOs, globally, NGOs have not been is not that effective the way they portray it as. Is there, I mean, have you ever thought about this?
I don't have exact answer to this, लेकिन जो मेरा thought process, I will share that with you.
Yeah.
गवर्नमेंट को तो आप साइड में रखिए, मतलब गवर्नमेंट किस
Yeah.
एजेंडा के तहत कैसे काम करती है, वी डोंट अंडरस्टैंड.
Okay.
इफ गवर्नमेंट डिसाइड्स टू एलिमिनेट द पॉवर्टी, नोबडी
Yeah.
कैन स्टॉप दैट. मतलब आई
Yeah.
पर्सनली बिलीव दैट टू
Correct.
एलिमिनेट पॉवर्टी यू डोंट नीड लाइक ह्यूज अमाउंट इन ह्यूज मनी और द ह्यूज टीम.
Yeah.
You can just take an example of Muhammad Yunus in Bangladesh, Janab Muhammad Yunus Saab, who runs that Grameen Bank.
Yeah.
So that was a very small project, and you can just go and see how big difference they have made in the lives of the people from the that area or the country Bangladesh, mashallah.
Okay.
So we will also have to think about such unique ideas, such impactful ideas, basically, where we can measure the result, where we
Correct.
can see the change. So that is the most important thing. Most of the organization, most of the relief and philanthropic organization, they believe in occasion like charities and the reliefs, right?
Yeah.
So with reliefs you cannot change the lives of the people.
Correct.
I understand that even that is very important area to provide such kind of relief, but we must have some mechanism through which we work on this poverty alleviation program. We
Yeah.
work on making people self-sustainable. So that is the most important area. Giving someone a small relief is not going to help. We will have to make him self-reliant so that he can be self-dependent and he can manage his own family, inshallah. So this is what मुझे लगता है कि this is the biggest difference in the thought process of the entire communities. If we will talk about India, तो
Yeah.
Indian Muslims are very reactive, very emotional, है ना. कुछ इशू हुआ उस पे, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू कैन सी लॉकडाउन,
Yeah.
ड्यूरिंग लॉकडाउन में पूरे इंडिया में सिर्फ मुसलमान जो है ना काम कर रहे थे, मैं ऐसे कह सकता हूँ बहुत प्राउडली, है ना.
Yeah.
रिलीफ
Yeah.
पहुंचाना, राशन पहुंचाना, लोगों की मदद करना, बहुत ह्यूज
Correct.
काम किया,
Correct.
है ना. लेकिन इसी पूरी कम्युनिटी को अगर मैं किसी ड्राई टॉपिक पे अगर हम जमा करना चाहें कि लेट्स बिल्ड एन यूनिवर्सिटी, लेट्स मेक एस्टैब्लिश नॉन बैंकिंग फाइनेंशियल कॉर्पोरेशन इन योर डिस्ट्रिक्ट, लेट्स
Yeah.
मेक अ माइक्रो फाइनेंस इंस्टीट्यूशन, तो
Or
उनकी
let's
समझ में नहीं
make,
आता.
or let's make a
हाँ.
media organization.
मीडिया ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. तो
जी.
बेसिकली ये सब बहुत ड्राई लगता है, उसमें इमोशन उनको दिखता नहीं है.
Correct.
When you have some emotion, when you have some calamity, when you have some disaster, this is the Muslim community is the front runner in doing something in that occasion. So this ये जो thought process है, इसको कहीं ना कहीं change करना पड़ेगा हम लोगों को, इंशाल्लाह.
Same, inshallah. So apart from being associated with AMP, I saw that last year you also entered the political arena. Although AMP is supposed to be a non-political organization, just concentrates on socio-economic development. What made you jump into politics, and what made do you think that you need to go beyond an NGO? I think what was the political party? I think it was Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi. That's the political party you doing.
Yeah, Aghadi, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, Zakir bhai, देखिए, I believe that कि nobody is non-political.
Correct.
No organization can be non-political. We can be non-affiliated to any political organization or political figure. Everybody in this country is political. जैसे for example CA and RC आता है. So if you have any opinion on that, it means that we have political opinion, है ना. So we cannot leave behind it. Even politics, like we speak about education, employment, or anything else, even politics needs good people. I don't say that I'm very good, but people, I believe that people, right thinking people who are really serious about Muslim issues, people who have solution to Muslim issues should go to politics. So मैं भी जो है politically बहुत active रहा हूँ, not only with this election, इसके पहले भी किसी political party या political outfit के साथ हम associated नहीं रहे, लेकिन पॉलिटिकली बहुत एक्टिव हैं. बहुत एक्टिव से ज्यादा आप ये बोल सकते हैं बहुत कॉन्शियस हैं. वी अंडरस्टैंड एवरीथिंग, माशाल्लाह. वी ट्राई टू डू व्हाटएवर बेस्ट वी कैन डू. नॉट ऑन लाइक उसमें एएमपी का प्लेटफॉर्म कहीं पे यूज नहीं होता. एएमपी इज आल्सो नॉट एएमपी का तो कहीं से दूर दूर तक किसी से लेना, किसी पॉलिटिकल इवन ऑन पॉलिटिकल इश्यूज हम कोई काम नहीं करते. हमारा फोकस एजुकेशन एम्प्लॉयमेंट है. लेकिन इंडिविजुअली आई हैव बीन एसोसिएटेड विद दीज थिंग्स, और उस वजह से मुझे लगा कि असेंबलीज में, पार्लियामेंट्स में, एट एवरी लेवल जो रिप्रेजेंटेशन है मुस्लिम्स का वो बढ़ना चाहिए. नंबर 1, मतलब मुसलमानों को जो इररिलेवेंट बनाया गया है हर तरफ से, वो कहीं ना कहीं खत्म होना चाहिए. और वो ये जरूरी नहीं है कि हम जितना इलेक्शन लड़े जीत ही जाएं, लेकिन हम लोगों को कोशिश तो कहीं ना कहीं करनी पड़ेगी. शुरुआत तो कहीं ना कहीं करनी पड़ेगी, ना सिर्फ मैं बल्कि आपकी तरह, हमारी तरह, और इस तरह से जितने जो एक नई यंग लीडरशिप मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी में आई है, दे विल हैव टू बी द पार्ट ऑफ द सिस्टम, आइदर थ्रू ब्यूरोक्रेसी और थ्रू पॉलिटिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन और थ्रू एकेडमिक्स और थ्रू मीडिया और थ्रू जुडिशियरी. ये सारे प्लेटफॉर्म से हम लोग को जाना पड़ेगा पॉलिटिक्स कोई शजरे ममनुआ नहीं है कि जिसको हम लोग हाथ नहीं लगा सकते। मतलब वी शुड कम आउट ऑफ दैट टाबू, और हम लोगों को इसमें जो है ना उतने ही सिंसियरिटी के साथ काम करना चाहिए जितने हम एजुकेशन और एम्प्लॉयमेंट में करते हैं। अगर आगे मौका मिला, आगे कुछ ऐसी बात है तो मैं आगे भी ये करूंगा। मतलब आई डोंट शाई अवे फ्रॉम दिस। मतलब इफ एनी टॉम डिक एंड हैरी कैन डू दिस, व्हाई कांट आमिर इदरीसी डू दिस? आप मुझे बताइए ना। अगर कन्हैया कुमार लीडर हो सकता है तो मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी का कोई बच्चा लीडर क्यों नहीं हो सकता है? व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम? करेक्ट। तो हाँ, that's it.
That is also a mindset that we need to change, because बहुत सारे लोग कम्युनिटी में ये कहते हैं कि मुसलमानों को पॉलिटिकली आगे नहीं आना चाहिए, लेफ्ट के लोगों को सामने रख दो, लिबरल्स को सामने रख दो, या दलित लोगों
वो
को सामने
हमारा
रख दो।
कंधा बहुत मजबूत है, 70 सालों से हम लोगों ने अपने कंधे पे जो है ना पूरे मुल्क को उठा के बिठाकर घुमाने का काम किया है।
Correct. So that is something
which
that
is
needs
very
to be
unfortunate.
changed. Exactly, that's the mindset that I think it's been changing, especially ये जो CA NRC प्रोटेस्ट के बारे में जिस तरह से कम्युनिटी ने लीड किया है प्रोटेस्ट को, especially the young the students, I think a lot of changes has come into the community's mindset. So Amir bhai, the last question is, what does the next 5 to 10 years for AMP looks like? What are the big projects that you're working on, and how do you want to take this forward from here?
Zakir bhai, I was reading one interview which I gave in somewhere around 2008, just after starting the AMP. I gave that interview to one of the news web portal.
Okay.
So whatever I had spoken at that time, alhamdulillah, I have not only myself but my entire team, we have taken our organization exactly onto the same lines, alhamdulillah. So 13 years पहले की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं, जब हम लोगों को भी कुछ नहीं आता था, मगर हमारा जो है ना, हमारा विजन बहुत क्लियर था, हमारा थॉट प्रोसेस बहुत क्लियर था, और हमारी नियतें बहुत अच्छी थी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, जिसकी बरकत ये रही कि अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह 13 साल बाद हम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को उसी तरह से आगे लेकर आ पाए। अगर आज हम मुझसे आप पूछें कि 10 साल बाद क्या करेंगे, तो मुझे लगता है कि EMP विल बी वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ मुस्लिम्स इन इंडिया, वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पैक्टफुल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ मुस्लिम्स इन इंडिया। और हमारा फोकस रहेगा कि कम से कम, हम लोग बोलते भी हैं इस बातों को, हमने हमारे लास्ट कन्वेंशन में थीम रखा था कि लेट्स चेंज द लाइव्स ऑफ 1 करोड़ मुस्लिम्स, 10 मिलियन मुस्लिम्स, है ना। वो 10 मिलियन मुस्लिम्स की लाइफ में चेंजेस लाना है विद द हेल्प ऑफ एजुकेशन, एम्प्लॉयमेंट एंड इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट। इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट से जुड़ी हुई जो चीजें हैं उसमें इंक्लूडिंग एम्प्लॉयमेंट, स्किल ट्रेनिंग, एवरीथिंग, दैट विल बी द फोकस ऑफ द दिस AMP इंशाल्लाह। तो इससे में हम आगे बढ़ेंगे। प्लस इसको आगे बढ़ाने के लिए हमारा ज्यादा फोकस जो होगा वो हायर एजुकेशन का जो सेगमेंट है, जहां मुस्लिम्स का एनरोलमेंट अभी भी बहुत कम है। जो अगर आप लास्ट 25-30 इयर्स की बात करें तो मुस्लिम्स का एजुकेशन का जो है ना, एजुकेशन एज अ प्रायोरिटी बना है, एजुकेशन प्रायोरिटी हुआ है, एनरोलमेंट्स बढ़े हैं, ड्रॉप आउट्स कम हुए हैं, प्रोग्रेस हुआ है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। मतलब वी हैव प्रोग्रेस्ड इन लास्ट 25-30 इयर्स एट एवरी लेवल एक्सेप्ट एट द लेवल ऑफ हायर एजुकेशन। तो ये वो एरिया है जिसमें हम ज्यादा काम करेंगे, इनकी मदद करेंगे ताकि जल्द से जल्द जो है दूसरों की मदद करने लायक बने। और टुगेदर इंशाल्लाह अगर आप 10 सालों में आप देखेंगे, इन सबको मिला के हम लोग जो है ना एक बड़ी फोर्स होंगे, और इंशाल्लाह अगर 1 करोड़ मुसलमानों की लाइफ को आपने चेंज किया तो आपने पूरी कम्युनिटी की लाइफ को चेंज किया। ये वो चंक है जहां प्रॉब्लम है। तो आइडेंटिफाइंग दैट प्रॉब्लम और सॉल्विंग दैट इंशाल्लाह विल बी आवर ग्रेटेस्ट फोकस फॉर नेक्स्ट 10 years इंशाल्लाह।
Correct. And just one thing that I missed out is you said about you've learned ये 13 साल की जर्नी में, what is it that you've learned which is missing in the community? Because you spoke about education. इतने सालों से बहुत सारे NGOs काम कर रहे हैं, and people have been talking about the importance of education, but still there is a lag, right? So what do you think is missing? That people are still not serious about certain things within the Muslim community, and इसको कैसे change किया जा सकता है? Of course, AMP and organizations like this have been doing this, but there's still, I think, a long way to go before the community actually realizes, a larger part of the community. Do you think poverty is one of the reasons why certain section in the community is still lagging behind, or do you think there's a reason behind poverty as well?
पॉवर्टी को आप एक बड़ा रीजन समझ सकते हैं। देयर इज मतलब इस पूरे क्वेश्चन का आंसर बहुत सब्जेक्टिव हो सकता है, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो मिसिंग है जिसपे पैरेलली हम लोगों को काम करना है। लेकिन आपने लव्स पॉवर्टी यूज किया, और वो मेरे जहन में भी जो है ना एक बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है कम्युनिटी का। मोर देन 35% ऑफ मुस्लिम्स आर बिलो लाइक लिविंग देयर लाइव्स बिलो पॉवर्टी लाइन, ये गवर्नमेंट का डेटा है। मतलब वो इतना कम उनकी आमदनी है कि आप यकीन जानिए वो अपना खान मतलब वो दे कैन नॉट मैनेज देयर ओन राशन फॉर द कंप्लीट मंथ, इतनी बुरी कंडीशन में। तो 1/3 ऑफ मुस्लिम पॉपुलेशन लिव्स इन दिस कंडीशन। और गवर्नमेंट डेटा के हिसाब से अगर ये 35%, तो आप इमेजिन कर सकते हैं एटलीस्ट 40-45% लोग होंगे जो बहुत इंतहाई गरीब हैं, जिनको इमीडिएट हेल्प की जरूरत है हम लोगों को। तो जब तक आप जो है ना ये इतना बड़ा चंक, इसको हम लोग मदद नहीं करेंगे, इसको इस मतलब इस बुरी सिचुएशन से बाहर नहीं लाएंगे, तब तक हम लोग कोई बहुत बड़ा चेंज नहीं देख सकते। क्योंकि अगेन हदीस शरीफ है कि मतलब गरीबी जो है वो आपको कुफ्र तक ले जाती है, मुनकिर होने तक ले जाती है ना। ये इतना बड़ा कर्ज है, गरीबी मतलब बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है। तो हम लोगों को कहीं ना कहीं समझना चाहिए कि पॉवर्टी एलिवेशन प्रोग्राम्स जो है ना पूरी मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी की जितनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सब करें। एजुकेशन बहुत अच्छी बात है, एजुकेशन टेक्स अ लॉन्ग रूट, है ना। इमीडिएट जो हेल्प है ना वो हम लोगों को कहीं ना कहीं प्रोवाइड करनी पड़ेगी। और ये गरीबी और ये जो सारे इश्यूज है, इसके पीछे जो रीजन मुझे समझ में आता है वो एक दो चीज ये है कि मुसलमान जो है ना जाहिरी तौर पर तवक्कल की बात बहुत करता है कि बस अल्लाह चाह रहा है तो ऐसा है। अल्लाह आपको कभी भी परेशान नहीं देखना चाहता। आप ये समझिए, मतलब अल्लाह थोड़ी चाहेगा कि उसका कोई बंदा है वो इतनी बुरी कंडीशन में रहे कि उसकी फाका कशी करे। अल्लाह कुरान शरीफ में कहता है कि हम उस कौम की हालत उस वक्त नहीं बदलते जब तक वो खुद अपनी हालत बदलने की कोशिश ना करे। रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की हदीस है कि कोई बंदा मदद के लिए जाता है तो आप बोलते हैं जाइए कुल्हाड़ी लीजिए और अपना इंतजाम कीजिए, है ना। तो वो तवक्कल बहुत अच्छी बात है, ऊंट को लेकर चलना है हम लोगों को, तवक्कल अल्लाह पे करना है, मगर ऊंट को बांधने का काम जो है हम लोगों को हुक्म दिया गया है कि भाई ऊंट को जो है ना आप
पहले बांध दीजिए,
उसके बाद तवक्कल करिए आप। तो ये जो एक रॉन्ग कॉन्सेप्ट जो है ना लोगों के जहन में बैठा है कि अल्लाह कर रहा है, इस अल्लाह ही सब कुछ मैनेज करता है। अल्लाह चाहता है, अल्लाह का मुतालबा है हम लोगों से कि हम लोग जो है बड़े ख्वाब देखें, बड़ी कोशिशें करें, दीन और दुनिया दोनों सिमत में तरक्की करने की कोशिश करें। अमीर होना, फ्लरिश करना, प्रॉस्पेरस होना, एजुकेटेड होना, कहीं से भी कोई नापसंदीदा अमल नहीं है अल्लाह के नजदीक। अल्लाह पसंद करता है कि जो है ना उसके बंदे जो है, खासतौर पे जो उम्मत मुस्लिमा है वो हिकमत वाली रहे, बसीरत वाली रहे, है ना, विजडम वाली रहे, और वो तरक्की करे, ना सिर्फ तरक्की करे बल्कि लीड करे। हम खैर उम्मत है ना, तो खैर उम्मत का मुतालबा हम लोगों को जो अल्लाह का हमारे साथ है उसका पूरा करने का काम हमारा है। जब हम कोई स्टेप उठाएंगे तब अल्लाह उसमें हम लोगों की मदद करेगा। हम स्टेप नहीं उठाएंगे तो अल्लाह मदद नहीं करेगा। हम लोगों को, हमारी जो यंगर जनरेशन है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह उसमें काफी चेंजेस हैं, खास तौर पर स्कूल्स से और कॉलेजेस से लोगों के जहनों में, बच्चों के जहनों में ये जिद पैदा करनी पड़ेगी, उनको बड़े ख्वाब दिखाने पड़ेंगे और उनको ये दिखाना पड़ेगा कि हमने ये हमेशा करके दिखाया है। तादाद कभी भी जो है मायने नहीं रखती है, ये जो कुछ कर गुजरने का जज्बा है यही मायने रखता है, और हमने ये किया है और आगे भी करेंगे इंशाल्लाह।
So, Amir Bhai, thank you so much for joining us on the Remarkable Muslims podcast. The entire idea behind this podcast is to bring up, people who are driving changes in the community. You're definitely one of them. AMP isn't. And AMP is one such institution which is driving changes in the community. We hope the AMP goes much more further than this. And thank you so much, viewers, for joining with us. Do subscribe to our channel. We are available on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and we also have a website, thecognate.com. And do check out AMP's website as well. They are also active on social media, and if you want to be associated with them, that's the place you need to go to. Thank you so much. Jazakallah khair. Thank you.
Jazakallah. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. Thank you.
Thank you so much.